I'm here with Peter Nicholson from Wealth, WCPD. How are you today?
I'm great, Tracy. Yeah, having a good PDAC so far.
Well, PDAC 2024, what are your objectives this year?
My objectives this year is probably I can't control the bull market that I hope is about to come, right? I'm getting tired of this bear market. I've been in charity flows since 2006, and we've really had a difficult time with the markets. Of course, it's probably the peak at 212, but just continue to work hard, find liquidity providers, and keep on talking about our story about being a very efficient way, both for the issuers to get a higher premium using charity flow structures, and get the back end, the liquidity providers that will hold their stock for long term and not dump it. So we keep on telling that story, and it's really resonating.
Of course, I would think there's an increased level of opportunity, volume of opportunity with all the latest critical mineral, legislation. Is there, or is that just a rumor?
No, I can tell you, I'm living it. It is the best thing that's ever happened to the critical mineral companies. It's the best thing public relations-wise that's ever happened in the mining industry in Canada. I mean, I had clients that didn't want to participate in a mining flow-through because of the past history dating back hundreds of years of whether it's environmental disasters or human rights issues, and we've had to educate the Canadian investor that it isn't that way. Now, what's helped is that, of course, the government came forward. I mean, I'm highly biased. You're biased. We're in this industry. But when other leaders of the world, whether it's Biden or Trudeau or even the Conservative government, saying we need 10 times more critical minerals, it's the only way to get to zero carbon by 2050, all of a sudden people are positive on mining. Maybe not so much on the precious metals, but for sure on the criticals, the lithium, the cobalt, the nickel, the copper, uranium.
What you just said right there, if you were a new investor and you wanted to take advantage of the critical mineral flow through opportunities, what advice would you give for the investor, besides call you, of course?
Well, look, I think it's a phenomenal opportunity. I myself have been buying extras. I put another $1 million in the fall into juniors. They're at historic lows by any type of stretch of valuation. Eventually, this market will turn. So I think I would be selling my real estate, my Magnificent Seven, or at least lightening them up on it, and even Bitcoin, which I don't quite understand. I mean, we've lost about 2 generations of investors in the mining business. They haven't really loved mining since my grandfather in the late 70s, when gold was loved at that point. It was a big part of everyone's portfolio. As your safety net, you had 5 or 10% of your net worth in gold. And we've kind of lost that investor. So we need to educate and bring new blood in, new investors in, because the old investors, we've been in it, we've been living it, and unfortunately, we've been going down this bear market, and it's really eroding away our net worth. So if I was a newbie, I would be buying more, and I'd probably focus more on critical minerals, although gold might be a good play as well.
Okay, and a favorite province. I mean, there's different benefits in different provinces. Quebec, Saskatchewan, they seem to have additional bonuses for investing in critical mineral flow through.
Correct.
In those areas. Would you like to comment on that?
Sure. Well, you're 100% out. You're pretty soon you can do my job, Tracy. You've got a really good handle on it. The provinces that are the best in order. Quebec is the best because they don't even charge a capital gain. When you file a Quebec return, half of the money goes to Revenue Quebec and half goes to the feds. Every other province in Canada, it all goes to the feds. And then the feds will disperse. But you're right. Then it would be Saskatchewan and Manitoba with a 30% provincial credit when it comes to critical minerals. And it then would be BC at 20. And then Ontario's at 5, and everyone else kind of blends together, the Alberta and the Atlantic Canada. But if you live in those provinces, there's extra incentives for you, and it's a little better return.
And if somebody is new to the industry and they want to learn more, where should they go?
Where should they go besides Google and artificial intelligence on learning? Well, if you go to our website, just to plug ourselves at WCPD, stands for Wealth Creation Preservation Donation. We've got some easy to understand examples of how flow-through structure works. Charity flow-through is another word for the flow-through structured. I just also find going to your site and looking at past interviews. When I have time, that's what I like to do. There's a wealth of information, and they're very consistent. This, our time will come. All things are cyclical, especially in the commodity business, and I think this is our turn, 2024 and onward.
Well, Peter, as always, it's such a pleasure.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your PDAC.
Okay, thank you, Tracy. Great.